Or you could do a choose 5 thing, where you have like this, say, you know, I'm sure there'd be at least 30 people that are seriously running, right? That have some notoriety, and they're all on the ballot. And then, okay, I have these like 30 options, choose 5 of them. And then whoever gets the most votes, the top 5 winners, become our 5 council members. That could happen, but then we'd kind of have still the deal of, you know, well, I'd like to vote for this guy, but what are the chances he's going to win, so I'll vote for this other guy. You could throw an instant runoff thing in there, which essentially be like, instead of choose 5, it's like choose 6, 7, 8, and choose, you know, just number all 30 of these guys in order. Something like that you theoretically could do. How about, I thought, we do just on each guy a simple yes or no vote, or it's not even there's a no vote. Just like you mark it as, would this guy be a good council member? Yes. This guy, and you just no, pass him over. Yes. This guy. This guy. This guy. This no, not this other guy. This one guy. All right. And so each person can mark if they approve, and then whoever gets the most approval points in this thing, the top 5 winners, become our, again, 5 council members. Possibly. And I thought, you know what you could do is you could do a yes, no, or neutral vote. And you don't want to make it any more complex than that, otherwise you're going to throw people. But let's say you could achieve greater consensus builders that way, which is probably important in a, you know, international organization. This all could apply to the UN, by the way, too. Though I generally hold up the EU because they actually know how to organize. The UN's like a debating club. But you could do a yes, no, or neutral vote. You could say, all right, here's all the people on the ballot, right? And for each of them, I can say, yes, I like this guy, no, I don't like this guy, or neutral, which is the same as just not marking him at all, right? And then your each person's score, per se, is his yes votes minus his no votes. That would bring you consensus builders, wouldn't it? Because let's say you have a guy and, you know, 50% of the voting populace loves him, but then 40% really hates him, and then 10% is neutral. Well, overall, 50 minus 40 gives him just like 10% of the vote, that whatever that number of people is, right? And let's say you have this other guy, and only 30% of the people love him, but 60% are pretty neutral towards him, or okay, you know, and the remaining 10% don't like him. And so this guy would have his 30 minus 10, and he has those 20 overall. So he gets chosen, simply because there aren't a whole lot of people very much opposed to his deal. And then theoretically, you could do like support very much, support somewhat, neutral, dislike somewhat, dislike, you know, a lot. I wouldn't go that far. Maybe yes, no, or neutral though. That could work. Yeah. So if a guy's serious support in one area, but a lot of people hate him in some other area, then he doesn't get it. Interesting. Another thing, vice presidents. Your vice president over here essentially has a backup. His primary role is that if the president dies, then we know who's in charge. It must be the vice president. And he does some other little things on the side while he's there. Okay. Could you do this for our council thing? By the way, there's already good insurance against like assassinations or unplanned deaths or resignations even or whatever. Because there's 5 of them. So if one guy leaves, okay, there's still 4 people in charge here who can collectively, you know, do their business until another guy gets elected or something like that. And I thought, you know, you could have 5 council members, and then let's say 5 sub-members. So whatever voting system we choose, maybe it's the yes or neutral, maybe it's the choose 5, maybe it's the vote, or maybe it's the yes or neutral sort of thing, or maybe it's the whatever. Which system we choose, like the top 5 winners become the council members, and then the 5 right below them become sub-council members. And it's not like they match up, it's not like 1-to-1 each thing, just a general group of 5 here and general group of 5 there. And then even if, you know, all the 5 council members were blown up or something, you'd still have your whole council of 5 ready and waiting and elected by the people. Or more likely, if one guy gets shot, then whoever got the most votes was the top winner among the sub-council members. He goes, turns up into being full council member, and then now there are 4 council members left over until the next election, and all these certain things. And then you could throw in the fluid voting deal,